Hi there, I am your coach, Janelle DeRoss, and I'm here to help you with your mobility, flexibility, and strength so that you can progress further in anything that you do with your mind and your body, to give you that accountability and a little bit of encouragement to keep progressing forward so that you can be healthy and strong now and going into later years. So for this class, all you need is your yoga mat and 2 blocks, and it depends when you need them. So we're gonna play with a lot of twist and really opening up the relationship between the upper body and the lower body and really wringing everything out. So just find a comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged like myself. And I just want you to think about rolling the shoulders around. Especially if you've been sitting, we're just gonna start mobilizing the upper and lower body and reverse the circles. And I really want you to pay attention to the circle aspects because joints love circles. Okay, and now just twist over to the right, sitting up tall. We're just gonna go back and forth and then twist over to the left. Start incorporating those twists and really keep the arm straight and push into the thigh with the opposite arm. And then over to the right, sitting up tall, and really push your hips forward. Breathe into the belly so you can feel that twist. And one more. Over to the left, sitting up tall. And slowly come back to center. Okay, now place your feet on the mat. Let's get into the thighs and the hips and just start to hammock the legs. And I really love doing this because it really helps when you've been sitting for too long in the car or at the computer. And I laugh because as a yoga teacher, I sit way more than I ever thought I would. Okay, now go a little bit slower and opening up and letting the other knee follow. And just notice the tension that you might feel on the groin as you go, letting that be a delay. Opening up and letting the other knee follow, and then opening up and letting the other knee follow. Good. Now release that and bring the soles of the feet together. And just pulse the knees up and down, and you're just lightly holding on to the feet, keeping your chest tall and staying with your breath. Creating a little bit more space and opening in the groin and the hip. Okay, now let's check out our back body. So sitting up tall, so stretching out the legs, so an L shape, Dandasana, so seated staff pose. And I just want you to feel the shape of the pose. Notice if you start to fall back. If you fall back, you can quickly put a folded towel or blanket underneath because you do want that anterior tilt. So it actually is work if it's, a lot to be in this pose, but if you practice, it gets so much better. So we're getting the calves, all the back of the body, the calves, the back of the knee, the hamstrings, the glutes, and all the way up the back. So sitting up tall, and then just keep the feet dorsiflexed, toes pointing up. And now we're gonna bring the feet a little bit wider and circle around, creating those smooth, round circles. Reverse the circle. So joints love circles, all the joints. It's really like a great way to open them up, release that tension. Okay, now just shake the legs in and out and see how that feels. Okay, release and come into quadruped. Spreading the fingers wide, curling the toes and lifting the heart, look up. Release the toes and exhale, empty out the breath. Curl the toes, lift the heart, look up. And I want you to feel that abdominal stretch. So really pull those palms back, lift your chest, stick out your butt. Release the toes, exhale, push down, really round the spine, draw your chin to your chest. And now come to a neutral spine and stretch out the left leg. So sometimes it seems a little bit different with the camera flipping. So just pay attention to the right and left. So left leg straight, and now cross it over to the right, push back. And you don't want to push back too much where you're shifting back. You just want to push and then pull the left shoulder over to the right. And I want you to breathe in to this whole left side body, the ribs, the waist, going into the side glute. Keep pushing through the heel, and you're also kind of side crunching the right side. So really stretching the lats, the obliques on the left, and slowly come back to center. And stretch out the right leg, push through the heel, keep the shoulders protracted, and cross the right over to the left, and pull the right shoulder over to the left. So you're just stretching out. So think about it like a nice side body stretch. Good. Keep pulling that right shoulder forward, push through the right hip, push through the right heel, and one more breath. Notice if one side is tighter, especially in the QL. The QL is a lot for many. Okay, now curl the toes and shake out the wrists. And I'm going to turn to face you for a moment. I do this a lot for my own personal practice. So really shake and let those fingers flop. And now bring the back of the palms together and elbows toward the floor. Just make sure you're not like this. Release the upper traps. Stay with your breath, keep pulling the elbows down, and this just stretches the back side of the wrist. It's really great. Like I said, I do this for myself personally. Pretty much everything we do here is what I do personally. Okay, now release that and let's come into downward facing dog. Stretching out the spine and keep the knees bent, lift the heels high off the mat, and then keep pushing and lower the heels down. And lift the heels. Keep your butt up and back and lower the heels. And one more, lift the heels and lower the heels. And now stay here and bend the knees, lift the heels and pivot the heels all the way over to the right. Can you lower the feet down? Push your chest up and back so you're getting a lat stretch on the left. You should feel it around the armpit on the left side. Lift up and then lower the heels toward the left, and now a lat stretch, hip stretch on the right. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward and hop to the front of the mat. Let your head go. Now, if your palms are not touching the mat, definitely place the blocks underneath your shoulders. Let your head go. Inhale, circle all the way up, look up and squeeze the glutes. Turn the palms out, exhale, bend the knees, hinge from the hip and fold. Inhale, circle up, look up and squeeze the glutes. Turn the palms out, exhale, fold, and one more. Inhale, circle up, look up, and release the palms at your sternum. And I want you to just press your palms together and broaden your chest, so really open up. So there's energy with the fingers and the palms opening up. Okay, now from this position, standing tall at the front of the mat, bring your feet close together. Bring your feet close together, bend the knees, and reach the arms into a V shape. Coming into chair pose, and then draw the tailbone down. And now stand up and squeeze the glutes, lift the chest. And one more, reach the arms up into that V shape, draw the tailbone down. So it's your invisible chair, really work those quads. And stand up and squeeze the glutes, open up the chest. And shake everything out. Okay, so now, this is where you probably want to use the blocks. So step your right foot back, and you can even bring the legs lateral out to the side so there's more balance space. And you want to make sure the back heel is down. So we're going to play with those twists. So from here, make sure the back heel is down. Inhale and exhale to a flat back. So now you can take your thumb, put it into the hip crease and pull it back. Grab the block and place it in front of, and you can place it on any height you want. I'm going to try the mid-level in front of the left toes. Right palm on the block, pull the left hip back and start to rotate your chest over toward the left, and then left arm to the sky, look up. And you're energetically pulling that left hip back, looking up. Stay with your breath. And now look down and shift forward. You might have to move the block and lift the leg. And I recommend looking down, but keep opening up your chest. Try and keep the legs straight. And then slowly bend the knee, step back, and draw your arms up, coming into a twist. And pivot forward, lower down, and switch sides. And you can even have the block move it over. Okay, so palms on the hips, and step the left foot back. So the hips are square, and I really want you to think about pulling the front hip back. Inhale, hinge from the hip, not your back. Pull that hip back. Make sure if the heel's coming off, you gotta move it forward. It's your support system. Right thumb in the hip crease, left palm on the block. And you can decide where you need it. You're trying to go over to the right because we're twisting. So pull, I might shorten the stance, pull that right hip back, rotate your chest over to the right and right arm to the sky. Notice how the hamstrings are feeling in this position. Look up, keep pulling that right hip back. Stay with your breath. Can you open up the chest a little bit more? Now from this position, I recommend looking down. You can go looking up and lift the left leg. Keep opening up the chest toward the right. Straight legs. Stay with your breath. And now slowly you can bend the right knee, lower down. Make sure the heel is down and draw yourself, strong legs, draw yourself all the way up into that twist. And then pivot forward. Step forward and release. Now, I guess what we're gonna do is just have the blocks at either side of the front of the mat so that you can kind of go from side to side. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. And step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Let's do one more. Inhale, forward to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Okay, inhale, the left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. So now, play with the twist. Keep your left armpit facing the mat, but reach that right foot toward the left glute and draw some circles. Reverse the circles. Now slowly become still and exhale the foot between the palms. Pivot the right heel down. Cartwheel the arms open to warrior two. And sink low in your warrior two. And this is where you might want to use the block again. So from warrior two, cartwheel the right palm down, lift the heel, look up into your lunge twist. Shift forward, you can use a block or not, and lift the back leg, your right leg, into that half moon twist. Now, slowly lower the foot and lift up into a lunge twist. Can you get your torso vertical? Keep reaching those arms wide. Pivot the arms up into your high lunge. Sink a little bit deeper. Keep the arms up and pivot into goddess. And pulse in your goddess. And hopefully you're feeling everything starting to open up. Okay, we're gonna go over to the right. Open up to warrior two to the right. Stay with your breath. Get a little bit deeper. And remember, you can use your blocks if you need them. One side could be so different. Cartwheel the palm down, left palm down, twist, low lunge twist. Look down and grab your block if you need, hop so that you're stacked into your Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana, so half moon twist. Okay, keep this position, slowly bend the right knee, step back into your lunge twist. Keep reaching the arms wide, stay with your breath, Squeeze that right glute, that left glute. Pivot the arms up for high lunge. From this position, back to goddess. I know you love the goddess. And pulse. And stay. Get lower. Little pulses. And now straighten out the legs. Place your palms on your hips. And pivot your big toes toward each other. And now see if you can circle the hips around. This is going to help with the pose that we're going to do next. Or maybe in a minute. And reverse the circle. Okay, now from this position, grab your blocks if you need them. Inhale and exhale. Hinge from the hip and then let your head go and reach your arms. Turn your thumbs out. Let your head go. And you might even need a wider stance. And just give yourself a moment, getting into the inner thighs, the outer hips, but really strong feet. Slide your palms underneath your shoulders and definitely play with the stance. Okay, so the first thing, you're not going to move your hips. I want you to feel the difference. Okay, so left palm underneath the nose, right palm on the hip, and rotate your chest toward the right. Don't move the hips, so keep the hips from moving, and then right arm to the sky. And release. Fold. We're going to do that again, and this time we're going to move the hip. Okay, so right palm on the hip, the left palm hasn't moved, and rotate, 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 rotate toward the right. Take the hip with you, and right arm to the sky. And just notice how much deeper you can twist when the hips go with you. So there's benefits to both. Okay, let's release and switch sides. So right palm underneath the nose, left palm on the hip. So first, we're not moving the hips. Inhale and exhale. Twist, 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 and then left arm up. Keep pulling that left hip down. I know it's not easy. And release. Fold all the way. Let your head go. You can reach your arms through if you'd like. And come back up. Right palm underneath the nose. And now, left palm on the hip. We're going to take the hips with us. And start to rotate, rotate, rotate. Open up the chest. And left arm to the sky. Make sure you're shifting forward so you feel the weight in the toes as well. And release down. And now bring the feet in and pivot toward the front of the mat and step back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees and go for some thoracic pulses. Just pushing your head and chest toward your thighs. Okay, lower down onto your knees. I'm just going to move the blocks out of my way. All right, now I recommend sitting facing the wide part because we're going to use the short end. So the first thing you're going to do is take your left foot over the right thigh and hug in. This is a nice twist. Okay, so from here you want to feel that stretch on the outer hip. Right elbow crease wraps around and twist over toward the left. Spread the fingers, press down with that left big toe. And feel the compression. So your organs, everything is compressed, which is the benefit of the twist. You're really opening up that torso, any kind of tightness in the hip, in the shoulder, in the back, really lubricating the spine. And now, counter twist. Keep your chest lifted. Try not to fall back. So try to keep your torso vertical. Okay, now you're going to stay in this position. Notice how my foot is. So what you're going to do is turn the foot forward. You're going to keep this position. It's going to be awkward. That's okay. Lower the forearms down. And now you're going to lift the hip and hop the right foot behind you. Keep the forearms down and little pulses. So you're getting into some ankle mobility, getting into those hips, protracting the shoulders. So there's a lot going on. Getting in, being in, and then to get out. Okay, all right, now you're gonna do the same thing reverse. So you're gonna bend the knee and hop back to where you were, turn the foot out and draw yourself up, and then twist a little bit more over to the left. And release, unwind, and let's check out the other side. And you can make sure you have space at the short end. Okay, so right leg on top, wrap the forearm around. Try and get that sit bone, that right sit bone down. Lift your chest. Keep rotating toward the right. And how does it feel? I feel like this side's tighter for me. Can you keep your spine vertical? Because that's going to make a difference for the twist. Feel the compression. Keep hugging in that knee. Don't let it fall out. Okay, now we're going to do that same thing again. Counter twist. And you can push the back of the palm. It doesn't matter right now because we're only going to be here for a few moments, but keep your chest lifted, tall spine. Okay, now start to come forward and down onto your forearms and turn the foot just to protect the knee. And it's awkward on purpose, so now lift the hip and hop the left foot behind. Good, into this awkward kind of lizard forearm plank variation that doesn't have a name, and just shifting forward and back. Now, can you keep this heel down? And that is definitely part of the challenge. Keep the hips low, try not to hike them up, shifting forward and back. Keep the shoulders protracted, and now bend the knee and hop the leg back, turn the foot out, come all the way up, try and get that hip down, and twist again over to the right. And then slowly unwind, and we're going to come back to that Dandasana position. And just sitting up tall, dorsiflexing the feet, and just how does it feel to be in this position? In this L shape, dorsiflex the feet. Okay, and now bring the soles of the feet together for one more Baddha Konasana. And just pulse the knees up and down. Good, and now hold that. You can hold on to the toes. Just make sure you're not pulling on them. And then use your side glutes to push the knees down and out as you draw your hinging from the hip, not your back, your lower back. Hinging from the hip to bring your chest forward. Don't think down, think forward. It's easier to actually execute. So hinge from the hip, and then your nose facing the mat, or facing the floor, just so your neck is long. And see how your groin feels, your outer hip. And then slowly come back up, and you can cross your legs, roll out the shoulders like we did in the beginning, and reverse the circles. Okay. So there you have it. I hope you wrung out everything that was tight and limiting you on and off your mat in any way. And if you would like, you can take any part of this class and you can just do one pose, because twists are so great for the body, especially when we're stuck at the computer or just not overall moving too much. It's like a full body cleanse. That's how I like to think about it. So thank you for joining me. I am Janelle Jaross, your coach, to help you with mobility, flexibility, and strength, to help you progress and what matters most to you for now and long term in your life. I will see you next time, and don't forget to like this video, share, and comment. I'd love to know if you felt different, if you felt better after this class, because it helps me help you and others, besides the algorithm, of course, others, feel better in their body. And that is my intention for being here every Thursday. I will see you next time.